Okay, I think I'm recording. This is a test. It's the first time I'm going to analyze a chess game on video. This is a game between me, the black pieces, and my 8-year-old son, who's playing the white pieces and opened with e4. Usually I play the Sicilian or the Caro-Kann, but this time I decided to open also with e5. And we had a normal knights opening. He prefers to get out all the knights, so we stopped there. I did not bring out my other knight, choosing the bishop instead. Everything's fine here until he did that. And the computer says I should have taken with the pawn. However, I wanted the pawn to stay where it was, but he took that pawn, so couldn't stay where it was. And that was a big mistake on his part, because his knight is now hanging, which I took. And then he took mine. And again, the computer says I should have taken with the pawn. However, I wanted this pawn to stay where it was, but we'll see. He's looking at this square right here. He likes that fork with the king. It's not going to work now, but he's preparing it. Anyway, that's what he chose to do. That's my first huge mistake of the game. As you can see, the ratings, the evaluation bar has dropped. Clearly, I should have either gone there or maybe brought it back. I don't know. But, yeah. So he had to take it because he was in check. And then I made my second mistake, big mistake, right in a row. When computer is right, I should have probably gone there to help guard this spot. And now I can't bring my king over to guard this spot, even after I knew he was going for that fork. And a third mistake in a row. If I had just moved my king, he couldn't have forked me, but he did, because he's pretty sharp for an 8-year-old. Now I have to move my king somewhere, so he gets the free rook. I move the bishop in order to let my rook come after his knight, but clearly I should have moved it further, because here it's not really doing anything. So he can get his knight out. I saw a free pawn, and I took it, and even though the computer says this is a mistake, I thought it was pretty smart, because now my bishop is trapped. I saw a check and a free pawn, so protecting the knight, that I don't think was his best move, but I'm low on pieces here, so he knows he can trade and get it further and further ahead. So, and I knew that too, so I escaped and said check. He went back there. I come after the bishop, which he moves, regaining the control of this with the rook. I chasing the knight out of there, but obviously he can say check. And now he can say double check. Check here, and check here, and this file is still guarded. Computer thinks he should have put his knight here instead, which probably would have been great, because then he would have got my other rook. I get out of check. It's saying he should have put me in check again, but he keeps coming after the checks there with the his rook is not guarded here, so he runs back. I didn't know what to do, honestly. Computer says I should have gone there, but I don't see what would have kept him from just taking the pawn. Anyway, I see why he believes this is trapped, as did I, so he didn't feel a need to go all the way over there. He's doubling his rooks on this file to get ready to come after me. I was doing this to plan putting that up there. I still do not understand how I could move the pawn there without some support. But he puts me in check. Puts me in check again, but this time I had a knight to come after it. And I honestly forgot about his bishop. But now I can take a pawn and put him in check, and also this eventually will free my bishop. He probably should have gone back, but he didn't. But now he's temporarily, at least, out of danger. I freed my bishop, thinking he wouldn't sacrifice, but he did. And now he has pretty much full control over me. The only thing I could think of was to come here in case he wanted to check somehow, and I would get to take it if he made a mistake. But he did that, when clearly he should have taken one or the other of those pawns. And I didn't want to go back, because again, I want to stay close to his rooks in case he left one of them guarded. He, being ranked far lower than me, decided to go for the stalemate, which would give him more points, and I would lose points. Instead of doing what the computer recommends, he decided to take the safe option, and we drew. So I'm very proud of him, very disappointed in myself, and this is my first attempt to analyze a chess game on video. Let's see what happened.